As we delve into the realities of the war in Ukraine, a startling video comes to light. Reports have surfaced that have sparked outrage and disbelief among international observers, underscoring the ruthless desperation in the ranks of the Russian military. There are accounts of Russian commanders allegedly resorting to a ruthless ancient warfare tactic, firing upon their own retreating soldiers. The news, sourced from a Ukrainian soldier's chilling radio intercept, suggests a horrifying level of intimidation used to prevent a retreat amid the mounting Ukrainian counteroffensive. Could the fear of being gunned down by your own side be a determining factor on the battlefield? The bleak possibility raises concerns over the lengths the Russian command is willing to go in an increasingly desperate bid to quell the Ukrainian resistance. As we further explore the incidents of Russian-friendly fire, the gravity of the situation deepens. With the Ukrainian forces pushing back relentlessly, the Russian troops, gripped by fear and low morale, attempted to retreat. But instead of receiving support or understanding from their superiors, they were met with bullets, their own side firing on them to prevent a retreat. This harrowing order to shoot own soldiers is a stark manifestation of the growing desperation in the Russian ranks, struggling to maintain their position in the face of a fierce Ukrainian counteroffensive. The reports of these horrifying events have sent shockwaves around the globe, leaving many to question the extent of the horrors that might still be hidden behind the fog of war. How does a soldier reconcile with such a brutal betrayal, and what could be the long-term implications of such a move? As we delve deeper into the unsettling events involving the Russian soldiers attempting to retreat, it becomes clear that the psychological impact on the troops is colossal. The mere fact that a soldier must now fear bullets from both sides intensifies the already severe stress of war. This command is not only a gross violation of human rights, but it also undermines the very fabric of trust that a soldier places in his or her command, a fundamental element in the structure of any military force. This incident, a grotesque manifestation of the war in Ukraine, raises serious questions about the ethical lines being crossed and paints a grim picture of the state of the Russian military's morale and unity. Transitioning to the political dimension of the conflict, a recent incident involving Russia's President Vladimir Putin and his defense minister Sergei Shoigu seems to mirror the internal discord reported in the military. In a visit to Moscow's Vishnevsky military hospital, Putin displayed an unusual coldness towards Shoigu. With cameras rolling, the Russian leader appeared to blatantly snub Shoigu during a ceremony to award medals to wounded soldiers. This obvious disrespect was not lost on onlookers, sparking widespread speculation. Could this be indicative of a deeper rift between Putin and Shoigu, who has been heavily criticized for his handling of the war in Ukraine? The public display of tension adds another layer of complexity to the ongoing conflict. The awkward encounter at Vishnevsky military hospital raises questions about Shoigu's standing within the Kremlin hierarchy. Appointed in 2012 as the defense minister, Shoigu had no military experience, yet he was one of Putin's closest allies, sharing many personal moments outside their respective roles. His sudden public dismissal seems out of character for their previously amicable relationship, making this incident a potential turning point in Russia's internal politics. Speculation is rife. Is Putin expressing dissatisfaction with Shoigu's handling of the war in Ukraine, which has seen significant counteroffensives from Ukrainian forces? In the context of the ongoing conflict, the incident may well have significant implications. A perceived weakening of Shoigu's position could trigger instability within the Russian administration, especially considering the criticism he has faced for his management of the war. It's worth noting that the front lines in Ukraine have seen a recapture of ground by Ukrainian forces in Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions. This adds pressure on Shoigu and the Russian military leadership as they face a barrage of challenges, both from external counteroffensives and internal disagreements. As we observe the developments, one must wonder, is Putin's public display of disrespect towards Shoigu a sign of deep-seated dissatisfaction within the Kremlin's inner circle about the ongoing conflict? And that concludes our report for today. Given the recent tensions in the Russian leadership, do you think we're witnessing a shift in the dynamics of the war in Ukraine? Do you believe the incidents of friendly fire and the disrespect shown to Shoigu could significantly impact the conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching this episode of Warzone. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and we'd recommend watching one of these videos next for more updates.